All right, this is the part of the show where we answer your questions that you guys have been sending over at dearsarah@theblaze.com, because Dear Abby's dead. So we're Eric hangs his head in shame whenever I say that. Okay, all right, so make sure to send in your questions, and we will answer them. This one's is, Dear Sarah, I listen every single day and love this show. So when you say to your audience, get your kids the hell out of public school, we have the perfect person here today to answer this question, because he is, of course, the ones who so famously says that every time. Get your kids the hell out of public school. I know I need to and I want to, but I need your advice on how to. One of my children is for it, but the other, who is 8, hates the idea. My husband is against it because his mother was a teacher and has a different view of public education than me. He is non-political and doesn't see it as a problem. When I bring up the examples that you talk about on your show, he asks, did you hear this on the Blaze? Oh, boo. How do I get him on board? He doesn't think what is going on is indoctrination. I know homeschooling and the logistics of working from home with 2 kids will be tough. I'm willing to make sacrifices, but my husband isn't. Sincerely, hopeful homeschooling mother. So I would say, number one, I think you should have a little bit more pull, because your mom, I'm sorry, the dads out there are going to be mad at me, but that just is kind of the way that it is. No, but 100%. Right?
100%.
You're a mom, and you need to flex that whenever necessary, which I think this would be in a time where it is absolutely necessary to flex. But what I would also tell you is, as much as it pains me to hear that your husband says, did you hear this on the Blaze, like it's some sort of conspiracy theory, I would get it in front of him. Go to the local library, find the books that we're talking about that are actually available to kids in schools. Show him the pages, right? Show him the videos of the drag queens going into schools and twerking for them, or whatever you are seeing. Don't just tell him about it. Get it in front of him and show him, so that he sees that you are actually talking about something that happened, and we're not just a bunch of tinfoil hat wearing people talking about things that don't exist. I think the more that you can get the actual evidence directly in front of his eyeballs and have him answer for whether or not he wants his children to be exposed to that, I think will sell it far more than saying your favorite Blaze host or whatever, said a thing happened that he doesn't think is true. I don't know. What say you guys?
So there is absolutely no advantage that public school has over homeschool. None.
None.
Okay, let's look at the things that people say, like, oh, well, your kid's not going to be able to read. Okay, public schools, want to talk test scores? Public school children are struggling to keep up with what they're supposed to know. Consistently, we see that homeschool kids excel in basically all areas of academics that public school kids do not. So there's that argument gone. Second, they won't be socialized. Socialized to what? Become trans or non-binary? Right. Is that the socialization that you're sending your kid to school for? No, absolutely not. There are homeschool co-ops, church groups, you name it. There are so many people who are homeschooling now that the whole socialization thing really doesn't apply. And don't forget, not only are you getting socialization in public school, it's the wrong type of socialization. We're talking about bullying, exposure to drugs, sex, you name it, not just from teachers, but from other students as well. There's curriculum online that you can go to. You don't need to be an education expert in order to do this. And I think you're right. The examples that we talk about sexual books or LGBT stuff, it's not just in theory. Odds are, yes, it is at your local public library, at your kids' library. So yeah, go check it out, because I guarantee you, odds are it's probably there.